K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we're expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at advertise@k98talk.org. K98talk.com, a leader in internet radio. So grab your seatbelts and take the ride of your life on K98talk.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000, my heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
Intergalactic planetary.
Welcome to the podcast you've always wanted. It's The Right Angle with Bill and Leslie.
Well, now, hello everybody. Welcome to The Right Angle with Bill and Leslie. I'm Leslie. He's Bill. Hi, Billy.
I heard this podcast sucks.
You heard wrong, my friend.
Okay.
This week, Billy and I feel like it's kind of a Groundhog Week. And I'm sure that a lot of you, our friends and listeners, are fans of Groundhog Day, the movie where things just kind of happen over and over again. Or, Billy, I'm going to throw one out to you. Are you a fan of Battlestar Galactica?
No, I'm not.
Don't say no. Come on. You love all science fiction.
I don't. I don't like Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. Fans of Battlestar Galactica will know the very common catchphrase, all of this has happened before and all of this will happen again. So we're going to talk about some topics this week that it seems like they've already come up. But first, and I love saying this, breaking news here on The Right Angle from I don't know what town.
Iowa, somewhere in Iowa.
Breaking news out of Iowa here on The Right Angle during the Donald Trump immigration press conference. Take it away, Bill.
Donald Trump wants to build a wall with a door in it to keep out illegal immigrants, but yet can't seem to figure out how to keep one Puerto Rican man out of his press conference. Like, what? This is no joke. Like, the man who is Mr. I'm gonna keep immigrants out of our country, but he can't even keep them out of his press conference. Like, one guy, he can't keep him out. Like,
Okay.
Three times.
Tell the real story, or do you want me to bring it?
That was the real story.
No, the guy had a right to be there. It was just pretty funny that.
No, he didn't. It's Trump's press conference. He doesn't want him there. He can't be there. It's just funny that Trump can't keep him out.
I think he was invited there.
It's Trump's press conference. I don't think Trump invited him. He has a ban on Univision.
Okay, so can you please just give a synopsis of what the hell's going on? Because I can't.
George Ramos, Univision, went to Trump's press conference and crashed it and asked him a bunch of questions, and Trump threw him out. And like 3 minutes later, he snuck in the side door and came back in and started asking him questions again, shouting over Trump and everybody else in the room. It was probably the funniest thing I've seen in a while. Like, it was really good. I gotta hand it to George Ramos. That was pretty great. He snuck back into that press conference better than like Desi Arnaz snuck back into Desi Studios. Yes, I'm home.
You got Trump. You got some splaining to do.
You got some splaining to do.
Okay, I gotta say I dispute your version of this story though, because I really think he was invited there. Like, I think they all had press credentials for being there. However, he did not wait his turn. He was trying to yell out questions and admonitions over the other reporters. So Trump's like, beat it. Trump's like, go back to Univision. Sorry, it's not your turn. It's not your turn. Go back to Univision. The guy wouldn't stop talking, and they had him escorted out. But then Trump said while he was out there, he was like, "No, I'll be happy to take questions from him. He can come back in." But then they were still not really taking questions. It was just sort of. I thought SummerSlam was last night.
Was it? I don't know.
This exchange that I just saw before we got together on Skype here, that was friggin'. I was looking for Rowdy Roddy Piper.
He's dead.
And Superman.
Too soon.
I was looking for Rowdy Roddy Piper and Soup debating with each other, because that's what I just saw tonight.
Rowdy Piper died last week, by the way. Too soon.
God rest his soul.
But yeah, it was pretty funny, I have to say. I was at a bar watching it, and
how about that?
I know, isn't that odd? What a change of event.
I know.
So I just remember, like, the funniest thing I said was, we were in this bar and we were watching. The bar was packed. Like, they turned it on by accident because they were flipping through the channels trying to find the Yankee game. And somebody yelled out, "Hey, Donald Trump's on TV." And I'm like, So they left it on, and it got progressively funnier as the moments went on. And I just remember yelling out, "George Bush can't figure out how to get the fuck out of a door, and Donald Trump can't figure out how to close one." What the hell is this?
It's bad. So yeah, but just this exchange between them is exact, and you can't hear George Ramos. Is it George or Jorge? Or both?
Who cares?
I don't know. I'm just saying. My friends whose names are spelled that way, their name is Jorge. I'm just saying. So the exchange was like,
it depends on what Spanish country
what the
they're
guy
from.
wants. Okay. So you don't hear what Ramos is saying, at least not in the feed that I saw. But Trump is like, he's answering one question out of 5, and then he pivots immediately to how fucking awesome he is. And it's like, and I can't believe what I'm watching. I'm watching like a parody. I'm watching like a Seth MacFarlane cartoon of what I'm at. Like, doesn't he have a cartoon about like a guy that's the president? Like, that's what I feel like I'm watching. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, I can't believe this is the guy that's winning. But I kind of can, because I'm going to get like 10 emails tonight and 5 phone calls from people that I know, like my friends and family, going, hey, you see Trump? Hey, how about that? You see Trump? That was awesome. Oh, my God.
Oh, fuckface fun clown stick.
Oh, my God.
He's so funny. I mean...
Well, that's the problem. He's funny. He's like, oh, he took care of him. He knows how to take care of, he knows how to take care of things. But that's not, it's like...
They kicked one Puerto Rican guy out of a press conference. That's not impressive. They do that to Ricky Iglesias all the time. Dude, you're running a little long. Get out of here.
Matty Iglesias?
No, Enrique.
Who the hell's that? Enrique Iglesias is a singer.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Never mind.
So that's
continue with the show.
This is something. But what we were planning to talk about with regard to the Clown-A-Date is Koo came out an endorsement for him today, which I think is kind of not so ironic given tonight's breaking news.
He has a crucial endorsement now. One that might actually solidify him winning most of the primaries. Do you know who that is?
It's a general election too, I think. I think he's got it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Very, very, very prestigious person endorsing him now. I dare say this might all be over. Do you know who it is?
Hang it up, Biden. Tell us who it is.
The Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, David Duke.
Yeah.
I want to make this really important here. The Imperial Wizard and Grand Dragon of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan endorsed Donald Trump by saying he's the least bad of all of them. Isn't that all?
That was his statement?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what he said. He was like, hey, he's the least terrible of all the guys that are running.
I mean, I think it's a coup this early in the race to get such a coveted endorsement, don't you?
It's, like I said, it's a game changer. But I can't even say this shit with a straight face. I mean,
I can't do anything without giggling tonight.
David Duke, man. Oh, what do you know about David Duke? Do you know anything about?
I know very little. I know, I know his affiliation with the Klan. I know that he's, has had a high profile since that time. And I actually know someone from Twitter who used to be a bodyguard for him back in the day.
Okay, don't mention their name.
I'm not going to reveal who that is.
Yeah, you probably don't want to. They might not want you to.
And that's so one of the things that I wanted tonight, because I don't believe everybody is that familiar with David Duke, is to ask you to spend a few minutes to tell me and us a little more about him.
David Duke is what I call an academic racist. He's not like a guy who will just go, yeah, I hate kikes. He's not that degenerate. Like, he'll go, Jewish people, they done been chased out of every country that they done lived in. May perhaps there should be a reason that we should be exterminating them. Every country in the world can't be wrong. Like, he tries to reason out the shit that he says.
Is he like a Creole chef in his downtown?
Yeah, I think he's from New Orleans or Tennessee.
Dude, you're not too bad with that accent. Spending all that time with Saint.
No, it's from Paul Prudhomme. I'm watching Paul Prudhomme on TV.
Say what?
That's totally who you sound like.
I guarantee.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee. No, David Duke is a fucking nutcase. He's actually from Oklahoma. I'm sorry, but
close enough.
Yeah, David Duke is a guy who I just don't know how to explain it. Like he has all these academic ways to explain why it is that he believes the things that he does. And I've actually listened to a couple of his podcasts. He's been doing radio shows for years on the internet. And he was on, I think, maybe Bill O'Reilly at one point, maybe about 10 years ago or something.
Wow.
And that was when I think I really first kind of was like, what's this guy's problem?
Right.
And I listened to a radio show with him one time that he did, and he does these like shows like every night. And
Like broadcast radio?
yeah,
I think it was back
well,
in the day,
not
right?
No, not Tourette. He's unfit for the FCC.
Yeah.
Come on. he does internet radio. He did internet radio back when internet radio wasn't a thing.
He was doing ham radio before internet radio.
Send bull whips now. Yeah. No, yeah, David Duke, he rationalizes his racism in very odd ways. He will say things like, I don't want to kill blacks and Jews. I just don't want them in our country.
Yeah.
And he'll go, it's sort of like he's sort of the Donald Trump cuck-servative spewing follower before they existed.
Before it was cool.
Yeah. You know, he's the guy that, you know, always has this semi-intellectual rationale for everything. And he will say things like, well, why do you want immigrants in our country? This is a white nation. It was built for white people by white. And it's just, I don't know. He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He used to,
but that's interesting that you say, because you know, we've been talking for a number of weeks, and we're reading more and more some other
and I predicted this.
Yes, you did. Episode 15, The Right Angle. As I said, we've been talking for weeks and weeks that you know, Trump is tapping into not only sort of some populism and kind of not violent, but kind of extremist nationalism and extremist anger. And we you know, we dropped Godwin's Law all over Trump in that episode. And we also likened it to Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders is kind of tapping into something like that on the socialist side. But the more time is going on, it just seems like the more kind of righteous indignation that we're seeing from the supporters. And you know, now it just sort of just today, where you've got this situation with Univision that you can't talk about it without laughing. Everybody's got to watch the video, even if you don't like talking about it, because it's freaking hilarious. And David Duke giving the endorsement. It's like, hello, okay, so we're like the whites, we're like the white revenge party now. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's sort of what the Republican Party would become under David Duke. See now you got now.
Whatever.
Now that I'm liquored up, you've got me doing that now.
Whatever. Potato.
David Duke, Donald Trump. I mean, you know, let's just call him Donald Duke and split the difference.
Donald Duke.
Dude,
now you got to do Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy!
I can't do. If I try to do a Donald Duck impression, I'll sneeze. I don't know how to do it. All I can do is like try to hawk a lungi to make myself sound like Donald Duck.
Walt Disney hates the Jews.
Okay, so that's our number one Groundhog Day thing. Oh well, and of course the other big story is Trump's talking about Megyn Kelly again.
Oh right, yeah, Megyn Kelly lives in that man's head rent free, like I live in some people's heads rent free on Twitter.
I know, but it's probably more pleasant for anybody thinking about Megan. Sorry.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, so it's like Groundhog Day. Okay, I thought we already had this story 3 weeks ago. I thought we had the story that Trump is like angering Hispanics and talking about how, literally like talking about a press conference about how many Mexicans work for him and love him like weeks ago. But that's happening today. So it's Groundhog Week here on the Right Angle. Can we go to the next Groundhog Week topic, please?
Okay.
Okay, so there's a problem with the lion in whatever the hell that country was, Zimbabwe.
Lots of crap going on with lions in the last couple of weeks, huh?
So it's back in the news. There's a lion in Zimbabwe, but this is like kind of a Star Trek mirror version of Groundhog Week, right? Because
this time the lion ate the man.
the lion killed the dude.
But the important question was, did the lion have a really nice name?
Did he have like a cute Did he have like a cute, effete name?
Yeah.
Like, see, so I'm looking it up. I don't think the lion had a name. I bet he has one now.
We should give it one now. I choose not hungry.
I should satiated the lion. No, listen, I'm just trying to look. So that the poor man, God rest his soul, his name was Quinn Swales, and he was a safari tourist guide. So it was just tourism, I guess, not hunting. And the male lion was wearing a GPS collar. So the lion's got to have a name. I think they're trying to protect the lion by not releasing the name so that he doesn't get doxxed. Yeah. They don't say, see, they're not releasing the lion's age. They're not releasing his occupation. There were two.
Lion's occupation.
The guide had spotted tracks and decided to follow a pride of lions consisting of 2 females, 2 cubs, and 2 males. Oh, there we go. I got it. The lion's name, I don't know how to say this. Nxaha. Nasaha?
I don't know.
I don't even know how to start. Nix. Okay. That's the lion's name.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah, I don't see a lot of trending hashtags. I don't see, I mean, I don't know, you live right there in New York. Do you see anything on the Empire State Building or whatever shit they do that light show?
No, nothing. It's blank tonight, I think.
Okay.
I can't see it from my house though.
Okay.
Because people aren't as important as animals.
Well, we know that. Certainly not with Planned Parenthood. So that's story number 2.
What a great story that was about a lion.
I don't know what the update is on trying to prosecute the dentist. Did they feed him to Mugabe yet?
No, not yet. Interesting note about David Duke. He used to have possibly the world's gayest hairdo. He used to have like a bowl cut with a beard. He used to look like Ken Burns.
Ooh. Used to look like who?
Ken Burns.
I don't know who that is.
Ay vey.
I'm sorry.
Ken Burns is the most awful person on earth.
When you talk about a bowl cut, I think of like the monkeys and the Beatles.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. You're sending me a picture.
I just did. It's a terrible, terrible salad bowl haircut.
Let me see. What does he look like now? Doesn't he have kind of the same haircut now?
Yes, except it's much worse than it used to be much worse.
Well, maybe that's part of the reason for his affinity for Trump.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad guess.
Because you always want to be able to, identify on a visceral level with your candidate.
Or with your dinner, as is the case with Lions.
With Lions. This picture is taken forever to download, so thank you very much. But I wanted to just kind of reintroduce what we were saying, since we're talking about this lion that ate the guy, kind of reintroduce what we were talking about back when we did that story about Cecil, God rest his soul. That the irony we found in it, besides the fact that everybody's weeping over a lion that's, Zimbabwe is like, lions like killed people in Zimbabwe, as we just saw, but that the president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, is a freaking monster, B, just ate a zoo at his 91st or 92nd birthday party, Billy.
Okay. Yeah, Robert Mugabe, he sucks. He's just a monster, man. What better moral compass can you... It's like asking Donald Trump his thoughts on, like, Latin food. Like, I don't know. Mugabe, the best thing about Mugabe is that he'll be dead soon. Unfortunately, that's the best thing about him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's an unbelievable fascist, brutal, totalitarian, hated whitey, huge racist, oppressed white farmers, oppressed white business, oppresses. I'm talking about him like he's already dead, Bill. Stop putting thoughts into my head.
Well, he's 91, so.
Right. He's still going. Oppresses white farmers, white business people, hates the gays. Kills them regularly. And our little joke from the previous
Makes some
podcast.
test pilots.
He does?
Yeah, he makes some test pilots. He throws them off the roof.
Oh.
It's like ISIS does.
Oh, that ain't funny. But our joke that's equally not funny was that we thought that we postulated that the dentist lured Cecil out of his habitat by staging a fake gay pride parade, because we're pretty sure that Mugabe throws all the gays to the wildlife.
Yeah, Mugabe is I hate Mugabe. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Okay, we don't have to talk about him anymore. Let's take a break. We will be back to our Groundhog Week special on The Right Angle with Bill and Leslie on K98 Talk after this.
Red Nation Rising brings you Town Hall Radio.
From a single tweet to 3 million a month, our community is a force to be reckoned with on social media.
So don't miss our show, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Our chat room is our co-host, and you ask the question.
Join us and be heard.
So get ready to sound off on Red Nation Rising Radio. No one else is going to do it for you.
There's a wild, wild whisper blowing in the wind, calling out my name like a long lost friend.
The staff of K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network is proud to announce that our very own Rowdy Rick Robinson has been selected as one of the top conservative talk show hosts in the nation for his program America Off the Rail. Again, congratulations to Rowdy Rick Robinson for a job well done and another reason to stay connected to K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
And we're back. Continuing on our Groundhog Week episode of The Right Angle, our next story is about, once again, a well-known conservative public figure who is getting abused by the leftist mob and the knee-jerks because he tweeted something that they found offensive and didn't agree with, and now there are, threats to his occupation. He's being slammed publicly. And Billy, I don't think Kurt Schlichter really deserves this for that tweet that he sent out today.
Kurt Schlichter?
Yeah, Kurt Schlichter sent out this tweet about something about ISIS, and then his name started trending like all day on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No. I was at a bar.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me open it up and I'll tell you. Oh shit, that's Kurt Schilling.
Ah.
Never mind. Okay, it's Kurt Schilling. Former Red Sox pitcher, former MLB pitcher Kurt Schilling is on the hot seat with the knee jerks today because he sent out a tweet and then I guess subsequently deleted it that it was like a meme of comparing extremist Islam with extreme Nazi supporters back during World War II, Billy.
Yeah, that might have been a little much. Did you actually see the tweet?
Yeah, I saw it. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I saw this and I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about that. It was... I know what he was trying to say. It's the Hitler thing. I don't know. I don't know. That's a Godwin's thing, man. I really don't like that.
We only like Godwin's law when we use it for Trump.
Well, this was... I don't know. I guess he has the right to do that, I suppose. I think it's just kind of weird. We're sort of in this... We sort of live in this whole thing where, like, people get punished offline for stuff they do online.
Yeah, it's well
and
put.
I'm not really sure I agree with that. Although I don't know. People on our side do this kind of shit too. Like, they get all, like, bent out of shape about stuff people on the left do in their spare time, and it's, I don't know. I wouldn't have fired him for it, but that's me.
Yeah, I think it always kind of comes back to that. It's like you have sort of two parts of what the reaction should be when something like this happens. It's like, okay, what is your kind of feedback? What is your critique of the person for whatever they tweeted that was either offensive or, well, offensive? And then, like, kind of how far is going too far to sort of chastise and punish the person in their real life? And I think we see plenty of cases, because it's Groundhog Week, we see plenty of places where both of these elements of it are taken too far. So the tweet said, he wrote, "The math is staggering when you get to true numbers." And the tweet was a picture of Hitler with the with the arm up. And it was sort of like kind of overlaid in red. And then the text says, it said only 5 to 10% of Muslims are extremists. And then it says in 1940, only 7% of Germans were Nazis. How'd that go? And I'm kind of with you. I'm like, I don't know how effective that is. I don't know how effective it is as an actual analogy. But like you, I kind of see where he was getting at. But he deleted it. He's like, because he's probably like making the same.
Yeah, but it kind of hung up there for like 6 hours, though.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it was up there for.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it was up there for a couple of hours.
Yeah, so it's okay, but like, what's what I haven't caught up with is what's ESPN's objection that he's invoking Nazis, that he's an Islamophobe, that
all of the above. I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, we sort of live in this society now where everything you do has consequences. And one might say that people who live in this day and age at this point in time now, especially a man who's his age, should maybe be prepared for that, though. Like, I think he should have seen that coming. You know,
well, a
maybe
guy
shouldn't
his
be
age
so
is going to
shocked.
be like the last one to see it coming.
Probably
It's not like he's, it's not like he's your age.
Well, not everybody can be as beautiful and young as me, but
True.
you know.
But then that begs the question, Bill, not about you being young and beautiful, but it begs the question, how can you ever be prepared? Because the goalposts are always changing, and the knee jerks are always looking for who they're going to have to shun next, because there's somebody new that found that offensive. And yeah, you can argue, well, this one is kind of one you could have looked at and said, oh, let me err on the side of caution. But how much censorship do you have to do these days, or how much self-censorship because you're friggin' afraid to look over your shoulder?
Well, I like I said, I think that we have this on both sides. I've participated in it for sure. I mean, just Saturday or Sunday, there was a guy on Twitter who tweeted at Harriet Baldwin, who is a physician, mental health practitioner nonetheless. And he was like, hey, old lady, go die so that people can use your organs. Like,
oh, man.
Yeah, you remember that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I wrote a post about it. And I'm pretty sure I scared the life out of this guy because I wrote a post about it and it got 1,400 shares on Facebook. And he deleted his Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
I think that there should be consequences to things that you say in some cases, and then in others, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to draw the line.
It's very tough because on the one hand, it's not black and white, but on the other hand, you're trying to preserve. Say freedom of speech because it's oh well, the government's not censoring you. But I think you and I both agree that sort of the public shaming, and again, what you did was not, you weren't going to the guy's office and trying to get his business practice shut down.
Well, maybe that's next.
Yeah. Okay. Sure it is. I don't know.
I don't either. I wonder what Donald Trump thinks about this.
Does he talk about ISIS very much? Does he talk about Islamic?
Donald Trump doesn't fucking talk about anything besides how he hates brown people. I've yet to hear him talk about anything.
You could consider Middle Easterners to be brown people, although I personally prefer olive.
Oh, okay.
Olive privilege. Thank you. And remember, hey, and by the way, you of all people know I'm not a cracker.
I don't know.
I'm a
PETA?
PETA chip! Yay!
There we go.
PETA power!
Yeah. PETA's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to change.
What?
PETA.
Oh, I see your pun. No, we don't like PETA, but I bet I want to know if PETA made a statement about the lion that killed the guy. I don't know.
They
if
did.
They were like, yay, Metaxa or whatever. What's that lion's name? X-Ray?
I don't know.
Exacto? What's the lion's name?
Kwame.
Kwame. Okay.
There's a character on Captain Planet, Kwame. It's a black kid from like Zimbabwe.
That kid was from Zimbabwe?
I thought so, or Nigeria, something like that.
Oh, they're real close together.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get off that subject. I have another. I can kind of segue from Kurt Schilling, who's the former Boston Red Sox pitcher, to another Boston story that I want to bring up because it's just friggin' hilarious. Except I got to say, Town Hall, you're killing me, Town Hall, because you crash my browser all the time. You and Hot Air crash my browser all the time. I was very happy to catch a story from Matt Vespa today on on Town Hall. The Boston gun buyback program nets 1 firearm this year. Did
Really?
you see this? Yes.
No.
Did you see this story? And I'm throwing this in. I'm kind of wedging this into Groundhog Week because we hear it all the time. These buyback programs aren't successful, and especially the liberal cities and states try to do this, and because they always believe that taking the guns away from the legal owners is going to stop violent crime. Of course, that never happens. It's Groundhog Week. But my favorite part of this story, well, I'll tell you my favorite part because it's the punchline. But last year, over 400 firearms were turned over, which is still not that great for the city of Boston, but whatever. The city trades you a $200 Visa gift card for your firearm. That there's like you can't buy a firearm in Massachusetts for friggin' $200. You're spending easily $600, $700, $800, $1,300, $2,000 for your firearm. But here's your $200 Visa gift card. But in the last year, somebody turned in 1 gun, and meanwhile, non-fatal shootings are up 43%.
Sounds like Chicago.
Well, Boston. So they're starting to publicize it again. So they announced it for this year on August 19th. Marty Walsh, of course, the new mayor of Boston, hates gun owners, and so for him, all firearms are evil. Police Commissioner Bill Evans hates gun owners, hates firearms in the hands of the citizenry. But here's my favorite part about it, Billy. The title name of the firearm buyback program in the city of Boston is called Your Peace for Peace.
Really?
Yes.
Will they accept interesting trades?
I shit you not.
Will they accept interesting trades?
I don't know. Your peace for peace, please. I can't wait to see the advertising
piece.
about
Will you
this.
give me peace?
I got a piece for you. I got a piece for you, Mr. Mayor.
Huh. I don't think you should say that to the mayor, though.
So basically, they're telling me that I can give a piece to the Boston Police Department, and they'll give me a $200 Visa gift card.
Really? That's like that. That's like that Michigan Medicaid program that Christina Ribali was talking about. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, in Michigan, apparently, if you sign up, if you go on Medicaid in the state of Michigan, in like several different cities in Michigan, they'll actually give you a $50 gift card to Walmart. I'm not even. I'm not even kidding. I'm totally.
I don't get that math.
What math? There isn't any math to get.
Common Core math.
Oh, okay. Too drunk for jokes.
You're too drunk for Too drunk for jokes? Okay.
Yeah, ones that I have to think about.
Okay. Oh, well, we're in trouble. Let's take a break. And when we come back, Billy, you have a Who Knew segment, don't you?
I do.
Did you say no?
I said I do.
Oh, okay. Great. We'll be right back with The Right Angle and Bill and Leslie.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
This is JD.
And this is Stacy.
Join us Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, for Game On. Remember,
lock up the children and the old folks.
Game On, the home of liberty conservatism.
Where no one is safe, no one is spared, not even the hosts.
Oh, that was supposed to be a spin cycle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We love you anyway. Right round, baby.
Self-monitoring
right
Ebola radio strikes again.
Anyway.
Anybody see the host monkey? Where's the host monkey? Where's the host monkey? For God's sake, I need an antidote. Just do your rant. Let's pop out of the segment.
Has to do with
Find us on Twitter at JD and Stacy.
You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Hey folks, Slickery Trigger here. I'd like to take a minute to tell you about Rebel Road Tactical. As a defensive pistol instructor, I've had the opportunity to observe many different holster designs and configurations. And one thing is clear. Many of my students won't carry a pistol. Or worse, they'll carry one without a holster at all. Holster designers aren't making holsters for normal people. It seems that most holsters are either an expensive piece of gear designed for Rambo or a piece that doesn't fit or function the way real people need it to fit and function. So, like any good Texan, I decided to learn to form kydex and design one myself, one that would fit the needs of average people. The result is the Rebel Road Tactical CRT Modular. The CRT stands for Carry, Range, and Training. Its thin and lightweight curved design minimizes printing and is adjustable to fit just right for superior comfort and function. Check us out after the show at rebelroadconcealed.blogspot.com.
And we're back on The Right Angle. And now it's time for Who Knew, also known as...
I shit you not.
Yeah, so what's the word, Bill?
So, I like to collect retro game systems, retro games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I have Japanese systems like the Famicom, the Super Famicom. And I think it's kind of interesting for people to know that the central character that basically made Nintendo's reputation, that pretty much saved the game industry, is called what?
Zelda?
No.
Mario?
Yeah, Mario. There you go. And for like 25 years, people have been calling him Super Mario, but that's not really his name. In the very first appearance of Mario ever in a game designed by Shigeru Miyamoto,
I actually
Donkey
know
Kong.
this.
Donkey
I know this.
Kong.
Who knew?
His real name is actually Jumpman.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah. In in the very first appearance of Mario ever in Mario Brothers and in Donkey Kong, he was referred to only as Jumpman. And when they designed a game for... Oh, the file finally transferred. Now you can see David Duke's haircut.
Oh, yay! Oh, I think I'll save that. I think I'll save that for later.
So in the first version of a game ever to feature Mario, he's called Jumpman. So I always thought that was kind of interesting.
That's awesome. I thought, see, you had a twist to this Who Knew, because I thought the Who Knew was just going to be like, oh, well, his first appearance wasn't in any kind of Mario game. His first appearance was in Donkey Kong. And I was like patting myself on the back because I'm like, I know this. And then you said Jumpman, and I'm like, son of a bitch, that's right.
Yep. Jumpman.
Okay, so what is it? Is this true? Now I'm gonna grill you like Jorge Ramos. Is it? Am I right in my recollection that Donkey Kong was first a ColecoVision game? Is that right?
No. It was originally an arcade game. It was first an arcade.
Okay. What about home video though?
On home video, it was still Donkey Kong.
What's ColecoVision? Why is the back of my brain saying Donkey Kong has something to do with ColecoVision? Do you even know what ColecoVision is, or are you too young?
ColecoVision is a really, really old gaming console that was I think it was first made by Mattel.
No, that's Intellivision.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's Intellivision. Yeah,
you whippersnapper.
Yeah, and it had that little. It looked like an old TV remote. It was connected to the console.
Yes,
that's right.
So that's Intellivision.
Things.
Right. So, but I think Donkey Kong was first released on home gaming on ColecoVision.
Because
I'm having freaking flashbacks.
I don't think so. I still think that it was first released on an arcade cabinet.
No, maybe it was. But all right, we're gonna have to check this out after the show, and we're gonna have to tweet this, because now I'm not gonna be able to sleep until I want to know why is my brain saying Donkey Kong is Coleco.
I just looked it up. The arcade cabinet predates Coleco by a year.
Okay, but then it was released first on Coleco.
No. The arcade predates Coleco by a year.
Yes, but I'm saying in your house, in your home video game console. And so it wasn't on Atari, it wasn't on television, it was on Coleco first.
Yeah, I think so.
Yay! Okay. So I have an add-on for Who Knew, which you probably know, but maybe the listeners don't know. If I recall correctly, and I have not substantiated this tonight, as usual, do you know why it's called Donkey Kong?
Because they wanted a character that was like King Kong, but Shigeru Miyamoto decided that Donkey Kong was too evil, and so he...
You mean King Kong was too evil?
Yeah, whatever. And so he used the word Kongu, which means donkey or asshole in Japanese.
This is not the story that I know.
That's the story that's the story that's in Super Mario, how Nintendo conquered the world.
This is awesome. So we're going to have to validate this too, because the story that I know, but of course maybe my story is sanitized for children, is that it was a mistranslation because the name of the game was supposed to be Monkey Kong. And at some point somewhere that it somehow got misspelled, misread or something, and translated to Donkey Kong.
I don't think that's the case, but you could be right.
We're gonna have to check this out.
I've never heard that version of the story. One interesting thing about Donkey Kong, though, about Nintendo and Donkey Kong again, is that the reason that they created the characters the way that they wanted. Actually, let me not tell you that story. Here's an interesting one. Because of the word Donkey Kong and the inclusion of a giant gorilla at the top of a building, or at the top of a structure, Universal Pictures, who own the rights to King Kong, actually sued Nintendo of America in court in Seattle, saying that they had infringed on Universal's trademark of King Kong. But Nintendo's lawyer, John Kirby, who the character Kirby in the video game Kirby's Adventure is named after.
That's funny.
Nintendo's attorney, John Kirby, argued in court that Universal could not claim that they had a trademark on the likeness of King Kong. And you know why?
Because he's a friggin' ape?
Because in 1976, Universal actually didn't own the rights to King Kong. The way that they were able to successfully create their version of King Kong in the 1970s was by arguing that MGM no longer owned the rights to the movie because it had entered the public domain.
Oh, so it was like the same argument against
Universal.
Universal.
So he used that argument against them and said, look, 10 years ago, you guys said that this friggin' thing was in the public domain. Now you have a trademark on it, so which one is it?
So Universal got screwed by the precedent that they created.
Yes.
Wow. And that is tonight's what is it? Tonight's episode? What's the word? That's tonight's installment of Who Knew, also known as
I Shit You Not.
Shit You Not. Billy, before we go, I want to do a quick book plug, which we don't ever do, but this one I think is important. My friend Michael Walsh on Twitter, David Kahane, D. Kahane Rules, has just launched his book, The Devil's Pleasure Palace, The Cult of Critical Theory and the Subversion of the West. I would encourage everybody to check it out. I can't wait to read it. I'm hoping to get an autographed copy from Michael, and I'm going to tweet a link about it. I think it's certainly a very enlightening topic to me and something that I want to learn more about, sort of the whole cultural Marxism subversion of our culture here and how that's impacting everything.
Okay.
Anything else, Bill?
No.
Okay, where can we find you?
You don't have to find me. I'm a liar and a stalker.
Okay, well, forget you
you
then. Forget you. You can find me on Twitter at LA Dowd and on pre-recorded audio on Midnight Movie Cowboys and the Snark Factor with Fingers Malloy. You can also find The Right Angle on SoundCloud and iTunes. Our iTunes link is in my Twitter bio, so we'd love to get more subscribers. And we welcome all of our new listeners who may be listening for the first time tonight because we got some real unexpected Twitter PR this week. So thank you all for tuning in. And thank you to our producer and the head honcho at K98 Talk, Ricky Robinson. We will see you all next week.
The internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get started again.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.